Democrat because I believe in the social contract between a government and its citizens. Government has an important role to play in providing certain basic rights to its citizens that allow those citizens to realize their dreams and their goals. Once we achieve those dreams and goals, we then must give back to the society that enhanced our chances to be successful. I have lived the American dream. But I realized it was not only built on my own hard work, but is also due to the many privileges that I enjoyed growing up white and upper middle class. Now I have a responsibility to give back, and not primarily through charity. Charity does not change systems, and we need systems changed. We need change in the form of making the playing field fairer for others through laws and opportunities, and yes, even taxes. In today's America, unfortunately, the social contract isn't working real well. That becomes pretty clear in the huge United States income gap between the rich and the poor, which is obscene. And it's also clear in our response to COVID-19. And yet, in the long term, a more robust commitment to the social good leads to advantages for the individual. As a German major and then a professor, I lived for many years in Germany and in Austria. And I noted firsthand many differences between those two European countries and the United States. And I also noticed, one of the things that I noticed was the absence of the ostentatious wealth that we have here in the United States. And at the same time, I noticed that there were very few slums. I don't know if I could think of a single example of having seen a slum in Germany or Austria, and there was not the abject poverty that we have here. So that's looking at the income gap between rich and poor. If we turn to the coronavirus and the differences between the United States, where our social contract right now is not working very well, and Europe, where they have a much stronger social contract. They believe in it, and that's where I am. As far as the coronavirus is concerned, the United States case numbers have spiked dangerously since the beginning of July. Whereas if you look at most European countries, they flattened their curve and they have kept their curve flat. So the Pledge of Allegiance that we say at the beginning of each of our Democratic Party meetings ends with the words, "and liberty and justice for all." And what I think has happened in the United States is that we've really overemphasized this liberty, this word freedom, and we've taken it to mean that the individual can do anything he or she wants. In Europe, they focus more on the justice for all, and that's where I am also. That is what we have to work on. That is what makes a democracy. That is what makes equality. That is what makes, in the long term, a world that has my values of humanity, equity, rights for all. That's where I am.